All right, very good. Let's get started. So, again, my name is Melissa Stree. I am here in Dallas, Texas. My background prior to the business that you're about to hear was in the insurance industry. I was a property and casualty agent for a major company here in the United States. I was based out of Los Angeles. And so, when I took a look at this opportunity, I saw a tool. Really, it was a tool that was an added tool to my tool belt, something that could complement my already everyday activity. How many of us believe in a value add for your clients, right? A value add. We're in the people business, yes, insurance, real estate, financial folks here. We're in the people business, so it was another way I can service my clients, which then left such an impression that allowed me to have more referrals come in and even better Google reviews, Yelp reviews. Like it was just a constant flow of a value add for my clients. And then the other piece of it was found revenue for me. I'm all about found revenue. It was almost like took the blinders off and it was like it was right there in front of my eyes the entire time. And it was another income stream, a reoccurring revenue opportunity from something I was already doing but not getting paid for. And so that's what you're going to hear about today over the next 20 minutes or so. And then you're actually going to hear from some folks that are in the same industries as you and how it's worked out for them. So we've got some real life testimonials for you. But the individual I'm going to introduce, he's a regional vice president in our company. He's built a business across all 50 states. He's a leader's leader. He's been featured in Success Magazine. He's been a keynote speaker on stages. And so we're really excited to hear from him today. So let me turn the Zoom call over to none other than Mr. Jeff Street.
Well, Melissa, thank you so much. And I appreciate everybody being on the call here today. Good morning or good afternoon, depending on what part of the country that you're in. And I'm going to share with you some information today that was shared with me 18 years ago at a point in my life when I was frustrated doing what I was doing. My background, when I saw it, I'm going to show you here today, was as a small business owner. I owned a bunch of Nextel wireless stores. I had employees. I had multiple stores in multiple states. And every time that myself or one of my employees sold a phone, we got paid, but the next month we had to start over again financially. So when somebody introduced this concept to me, they talked about reoccurring revenue, residual income. That was very exciting for me because Nextel, I used to own Nextel stores. Nextel made money every single month on my customers. I got paid just one time. And for me, any idea of not having to start completely over again financially every single month was always worth a listen to me. Can anybody relate to that? And to Melissa's point of what she mentioned earlier on, not only are we going to talk about residual income, we're going to talk about and reoccurring revenue, but we're going to talk about it as something that can be a tool in your toolbox, as Melissa mentioned, that many of you are already doing anyway. When she talked about found revenue, when I share this information with you guys, many of you are going to say, I'm already referring these services to my clients anyway, but I'm not capturing any revenue, never mind reoccurring revenue. And so when Melissa talked about found revenue, so many of you are going to say, I'm already doing this anyway, but I'm going to show you today how you can turn referrals into revenue. Just by concept, how many of us like the idea of turning referrals into revenue, right? And so let me share with you guys the company now that I've been with for 18 years that's allowed us to be able to go out and refer our clients to these services that many of them are already going to get anyway, and be able to get compensated from these referrals. So we represent a company by the name of ACN. They've been in business for 31 years. They've done billions of dollars in revenue, helping millions of people throughout North America get connected and in many cases save money on essential services. Now, what kind of service am I talking about? Cell phone service, where we work with companies like AT&T, T-Mobile, and Spectrum. High-speed internet, bundles, and television with companies like Spectrum, Frontier, AT&T, DirecTV, Dish Network, Kinetic Windstream, Ziply, just to name a few. And I know for those of you that are leasing properties to people or selling homes, every client always asks you, where do I call to get my internet set up? Also, gas and electricity. 19 states are deregulated, meaning people have the freedom of choice when it comes to their gas and electricity. Where I live here in Texas, we can actually help people initiate their electricity turn-on date right through a simple little website that I'm going to show you here in a minute that takes less than, a couple minutes. We're helping people in a lot of states lock in at a rate that's currently less than what they're paying with their utility company. I know for all of us, we're looking to add value for our clients. We're looking for freedom to reconnect with our clients, multiple touch points. We have a lot of real estate coaches that are doing what I'm showing you here today. And many of their clients, many of their students are asking them, share with me other ways that I can have those additional touch points to add value to my clients. We also offer healthcare, which I'm going to dive into. We do home security and automation with a company called Vivint Smart Home for homes and businesses. Credit card processing, where we help business owners save money on their credit card fees, discounted travel, and identity theft protection insurance. But the service I want to really spend a minute on, and then I'm going to show you guys this platform of what it looks like, is something that's called Impact Health Sharing. We're helping individuals that become part of Impact Health Sharing on average save 30 to 50% on their healthcare costs. My wife, myself, we save thousands of dollars a year by switching off of the insurance company that we previously had. And healthcare is such a big problem when it comes to all of us that are self-employed. In the real estate industry specifically, I heard somebody share with me that there's a very small percentage of real estate agents that currently have health insurance. And it's not because people want to play Russian roulette with their life, it's because the cost is so high. And so this is a service, because of the saving that's available, that maybe needs a little bit more of an explanation. Some of you have probably never heard of health sharing before. Others, like myself, maybe you've heard of Medishare. You've heard of Christian Health Ministries. You've heard of Samaritan. So this is a nonprofit alternative approach to healthcare, but we accept all creeds, all walks of life, all religions. This is something where we have come one, come all, and we believe we are the most modern and contemporary version of health sharing available today. Now, in a minute, I'm going to show you guys this platform that can be a utility concierge service for your clients. But first, I want to just dive a little deeper into the health sharing piece to make sure everybody understands, because this can be a game changer for many of us that are on the call. And it's really a big disruptor. And what they're doing is they're taking technology and community and putting it together and really disrupting an industry that many people believe is broken. And just like Netflix and Airbnb and Uber and Amazon use technology to forever change their industries, the company we represent, Impact Health Sharing, is doing the same thing when it comes to healthcare. So here's a quick 2-minute video from the CEO of the company that'll really just help you guys understand how this works.
Hi, I'm Phil Chrysler, President and CEO of Impact Health Sharing. Healthcare sharing grew over 1,000% in the last decade alone. Why? Because it's an alternative to the high cost of insurance. Typically, you'll pay 30 to 50% less. Some reasons why? We're not for profit. So we have no profit motives that typically cause conflict between members, providers, shareholders, and the executive team. None of that exists with healthcare sharing, and certainly with Impact. You can stop overpaying, my friends. Here is a quick video that highlights the opportunity for all of us to be a disruptor in the industry. Enjoy.
Healthcare spending made up 5% of total U.S. GDP in 1960. In 2020, spending hit almost 20%.
National polls show Americans believe healthcare prices and drug costs are among their top pocketbook concerns.
Over the past 20 years, the runaway cost of health insurance has outpaced earnings and inflation, leaving our families with less freedom and less money. Families, small businesses, and individuals alike are struggling to find a way to pay for the health care they can't seem to afford. So how are we going to solve this problem? All over the world, technology is changing the way people and society connect and interact. The result? Countless industries are disrupted. But while the rest of the world has changed, insurance and the way we pay for healthcare remains broken and largely the same. What if there was a way we could all pay for healthcare that simply worked better and felt better than insurance? Well, today there is. We are Impact Health Sharing. We are a network of families, individuals, business owners, and small entrepreneurs who want to see the old way of doing things change. We use technology to connect tens of thousands of individuals and families across the nation to simply share and pay each other's medical bills. Old problems can be solved when people come together to leverage their sense of community with technology to control the cost of healthcare.
My friends, what we are simply doing is leveraging your sense of community with technology to control the cost of healthcare. I hope you'll join us.
Guys, a big believer in impact health sharing, especially with what I did for my family personally. And, not only is that something that can help your clients, it's something that can really be a big game changer for many of us. But many of you are probably asking, how can you guys do this? Well, the reason we can do what we do is we don't advertise. And if you think about it, many of the vendors we work with, Spectrum, Vivint, DirecTV, how are they used to acquiring customers? They typically spend a lot of money to go out and attract customers to their company. Here, we're just another channel of distribution for them, but here's why we create so much value. We're bringing them customers without them having to do any advertising costs at all. Instead, we use independent business owners like you and I to have our own website, our own online portal where we can refer these services to people we network with and people that we know without any advertising costs. And that's how we can create value and in cases savings for these customers. Now, let me show you guys what the portal looks like and what the platform is that you get when you become an independent distributor. This is actually what the platform looks like. This one here is from a real estate team that we work with in Lubbock, Texas. So this is their platform here. You see it has their logo on it, their name on there. Yours would look like this. It would just have your either team's logo on there or your company logo on there, or even your picture or a picture of you and your spouse right on the website. Everything else looks exactly the same. Let's say somebody's moving into a property, they need internet. You send them your link. Let's say they're interested in Spectrum. They can go right here on your website, something that's branded to you, just increasing your brand. And within seconds, they can put in their address. They can click on search. It'll look to find the best deals where they live, and they can schedule their internet installation literally right from your portal. I just, right before doing this call, I had an agent here in Dallas, Texas, call me up and said, hey, I have a client that's that has 2 short-term rental properties. They'd like to get Spectrum in both properties. I can just send him my link, right? I just walked him through it. He goes, oh, this is awesome. Messaged me afterwards. The customer was so excited that I provided that resource. So again, these are things that all of us are typically doing anyway. Let's just dive a little bit deeper in and give a couple other examples. Let's say somebody's interested in home security. I know that we've got many PNC agents on the phone, like Melissa used to be. I know every time you do a homeowner's plan, you ask somebody, do you have home security? The reason why you ask that question is if the answer is yes, they get a discount on their homeowner's policy. Now, let's say the answer is no. Hey, let me just send you a link. You can take a look at it. It's part of our digital, utility concierge service. Take a look, see if you see value there. So you send them the link. It shows them whatever promotions, are currently available. They can go out and look at the link. They can see what Vivint offers. And if they like what they see, they just dial an 877 number. You can see right now, buy a camera, get a doorbell camera for free, and 2 months of free monitoring. Also, our customers get free installation and free activation. But when they dial that 877 number, your phone doesn't ring. You don't have to become a home security expert. They speak to somebody from Vivint that'll customize a quote on your behalf for them. And if they sign up for the service, they're signed up as your customer. Now, on average, a smart home security customer stays on the service for somewhere around 10 years. So imagine a one-time referral, a one-time connection that creates a monthly residual income for you every month for 10 years on average. How many of us like a one-time referral that pays 10 years of residual income, right? This is exciting, for a lot of us. Again, it's just a great tool in our toolbox. Let's say somebody's interested in gas and electricity. Same thing, they can go here, they can click on gas and electricity. You can even go to your area in the site, type in a zip code and, you know, see how our pricing looks like on the website. There may be opportunities where you'll see that currently we're less money than what the utility company is charging. And these are great opportunities to reconnect with previous clients. You know, let's say somebody's interested in the healthcare piece. Here's how simple it is to give somebody a quote. All we do is just click on Impact, we click on Proceed, and somebody can get a quote within seconds. All that you need to do is have somebody type in their date of birth and the number of people in their family. So here's me, March 30th, 1979. I type in a quote, I type in a family of 2, and it's going to generate a quote for me. Now, for my wife and I, we picked up this plan right here that was $364 a month for healthcare. That was a significant savings for our family. We loved what we saw. We scrolled up, we hit enroll now. Our coverage began the first day of the next month. But if we had questions, look, guys, you don't need to become a healthcare expert. You don't need to have a health insurance license. This is health sharing. And really all we are is a referral partner. Somebody has questions, you click request info and just submit them in as a lead. Name, email, phone number, click request info. They'll get a text message from Impact Health Sharing within an hour. Answer it to set up a call with them, answer any of the questions they have, whether it's an individual, a family, or a small business. And if they like what they hear, they're directed back to the website and they're signed up as your customer. Now, how many should be from a process standpoint? Really simple, right? You know, I know some of you guys are, you know, P&C agents, and you have people ask you, hey, do you do healthcare? You usually say no, because it's so much work to get a health insurance license. For those of you that are in financial services, think about if you could help a client, you know, save a good amount of money on their healthcare, they can then repurpose that into a whole life policy. So very, very simple, user-friendly tools. And again, services that many of us are already referring anyway. So let's talk about how do you get involved and how do you make money? Well, to get started, and for somebody who just wants to become a customer on these services, it's free. Nobody needs to be a member to become a customer. So your clients, they don't even need to know that there's a business opportunity here. You're just connecting them with a service that you were going to connect them with anyway. But for people that are interested in getting started as an independent business owner, it's just $299 one time for somebody to start, own, and operate their own ACN business. The only operating cost at all is $25 a month. It's a willable, sellable business. They set up the website for you. They personalize it to you for you. They do the training and marketing material. They handle all the customer service. All we're doing is creating that connection. Again, guys, we're taking referrals that were already given and we're turning them into revenue for ourselves and for our family. You know, Sydney, who I met yesterday, you know, Sydney was referred to me from Monty Phelps. He's a mortgage professional here in Texas. And every time a client gets cleared to close, he said, listen, I have this utility concierge service. Let me help you get connected to your services, adding value. And here's how you make money to do so. Number one is bonuses. Every month, ACN will pay you a bonus based on the amount of services you connect on your website. And a service is not a person, it's a bill. Let's say somebody's moving into a property, they want electricity, internet, and home security. Well, that's 3 services, even though it's one property. Maybe a small business owner has 8 employees that they want healthcare for. That's 8 services, even though it's one small business. Those of you that are in property management, and for those of you that know property managers, think about the amount of bills, the electric bills, the gas bills, the internet bills for property management companies that can get significant. Folks that have a number of short-term rental properties, those of you that own apartments, think about the amount of services you have access to just yourself. So any month that somebody refers 5 services, that's a $200 bonus. 8 in a month is $400, 11 is $600, plus an additional $200 for every 3 services afterwards, and there's no limit. Now, the second way we get paid is why I signed up 18 years ago. It's residual income, doing something once and getting paid on it over and over and over again. Think about it for a minute. How long do people pay these bills for? Forever, right? How many of us referred a client to home security or electricity years ago, and the client still pays the same bill today? What if you were still making a percentage of that today? Commissary, that can start to add up and make a difference, especially when you compound this over time. See, HCN will pay you up to 20% of the commissionable revenue of a customer's bill month after month, potentially year after year, for the life of them being a customer, for as long as they're paying those bills. I have customers I referred years and years and years ago through this platform that are still paying their bill today. And I've earned a residual income for a long time based on that one-time conversation. Now, the third piece of this is building a team. We have like a revenue share or a profit sharing type model with our business as well, where many of you are probably already thinking about other people that you know that are good connectors. How many of us know other good networkers, good connectors that network with people that need these services as well? Some of you have already been thinking about, I know somebody else that'd be great at this. Can I get paid to refer others? Here's how that works. We'll do meetings just like this for you. As a matter of fact, we do this call every single Thursday where you can invite people on to learn more. And anybody that decides to get started, they join your team and you earn an overriding residual income of 4% on the customers that come into their team. And there's no limit to the amount of people that can join your team. And there's no limit to the amount of customers your team can acquire. And our team has been the #1 team worldwide in this company for 15 years in a row because of our training, because of our system, and because of the support we provide. And we've got a few people that hop on the call here today that I'd love to have them share how this has been working for them, how they've used this with their clients, and what they've seen from the training and support of our system. And, you know, the first individual that I'd love to call, she's a real estate agent out of Mississippi, and that's Brooke Witcher. Brooke, would love to have you, share a little bit about yourself and what you do and how you've been utilizing this for your clients.
Yes, good morning. So glad to be here today. Yes, I'm in Central Mississippi and I'm a real estate agent. And I just immediately saw how this could bring added value to my clients to save them money, offer superior services, and be able to create a residual income just seemed like a no-brainer to me. We got started maybe 3 months ago, and we have added a good team. We've got about 75 new IBOs. And we have over 300 customers that we will continue to earn that residual income. And I really appreciate the system that is in place to help us to get to success. Looking forward to the future.
Well, congratulations, Brooke. I love the fact you wanted to add value to your clients, but Brooke's introduced this to other real estate professionals. Also, Brooke's husband's a medical doctor. Her husband got on a presentation as she was excited about, said, I want to do this as well, fell in love with Impact Health Sharing. He's now sharing that with other medical professionals. How many of us know people that are in the medical industry, right? With the industries that all of us are involved in, we're just natural connectors. But imagine if you were the person that introduced Brooke. Imagine if all you did was you introduced Brooke to a call like this. A couple months in, she has, I think she said 370 customers. How many would be like, that's my team, I love Brooke, right? And because you're rewarded for also introducing others that go out and build this as well, if you're also interested in building a team. We also have Jeff Rincone on the line. Jeff is a real estate attorney, also an investor out in the New Jersey area. And wait till you guys hear how this has worked for him.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Street. I actually saw ACN business 10 plus years ago. It was introduced by a bank attorney we're working with. Our background has been in real estate since we've been in real estate since '96 as well. So it's kind of, we've been in that culture and also an attorney. And when we saw it, we had 2 real estate offices and properties that we own, and they showed us that we can take the services we're already paying, like gas bills, electric bills, register them in the website, start getting paid on the bills. So we did that right away. Some of our bills were pretty large in comparison to what I traditionally used to as a residential owner. So we were paying like total $15,000 a month in a gas bill. So we started getting paid on those bills. But then ultimately we applied in our real estate business. All our agents, every time they did a closing, instead of them just selling the property, us getting the commission. Well, now today we get paid on some of those same closings today because the customers continue to pay the bills on those properties. But then fast forward today, we actually have a network that we've grown over 50,000 investors in the U.S. and Canada. But in ACN world, we get paid on over 10,000 customers residually off of bills month after month, year after year. And it's just a rinse and repeat conversation. So thank you for letting me share, Mrs. Street.
Well, Jeff, I love hearing you share how Jeff has a big meetup group, has been a coach for many people that are in the real estate investing space. And, how many of us know people that are that are coaches? They love adding value. They're always looking for how else can I add value to my community. I met, Leonardo here yesterday on a presentation that I did for Thomas, Larry. Thomas is a big coach when it comes to Canadian real estate investors. And, he saw this as a way not just to implement this in his own properties, and he owns a lot of them, but another way to add value, one on the healthcare side for entrepreneurs, two on the utility concierge side for all of his investor clients. And Jeff's done the same thing, now has built a massive team, but Jeff also had some large commercial bills himself. So for those of you wondering, hey, does this work for large commercial bills? The answer is yes. And Jeff, I appreciate you, being a great example about that. And Thomas Larini, I said Thomas's name wrong. Sorry, Thomas. And also we have Bernadette on the call. I know we have some financial professionals, life insurance folks that are on the call. And Bernadette's only been with us for a short time, but Bernadette, I'd love to have you maybe just share a couple examples of how you've been able to use this with your clients with Impact Health Sharing and be able to help them repurpose some of that savings. Now, everybody's example is going to be different, but I'd love to have you, Bernadette, just share a couple of real life testimonials on what you've been able to do to help your clients.
Yeah, I was able to help my client save more than $1,100 a month, and the rest of the money they were paying $1,500 for her and her husband before, and now that they're saving $1,100 a month, she's able to use that money to fund her life insurance with me to build up her future retirement as well. So thank you, Jeff.
What an amazing story. And for those of you that are in that space, again, repurposing clients' money is a big, big deal. And what an incredible, testimonial. But guys, at the end of the day, everybody typically fits into one of three categories. Category number one, you came on here to hear what somebody else was excited about, and maybe this isn't for you. If that's the case, we just appreciate you being on the call. The person invited you on the call, they'd love to help you out and be your concierge and help you get these services connected. That'll help them grow their business, but they wanted to share the opportunity with you. So category number two, you're interested in the opportunity, but you got some questions. We're gonna open up some breakout rooms, get any questions that you have answered. Category number three, this makes sense to you. Some of you are like, man, I give a sheet of paper to every client when they get cleared to close, and here's where they call to get these services. This is awesome. I can assist them. I can provide the resources. I can go out and create this income for these referrals. What do I need to do to get started? And if that's you, welcome to the team, and we're going to teach you how to implement this. We're going to share with you the process of how to do it. And for those of you that are thinking of other people you'd want to introduce this to, again, we'll help you do it. And you never know who you know, and you never know who other people know. There's a real estate agent in San Diego that actually brought this information to the San Diego Association of Realtors. They got so excited by the idea of health sharing with Impact that they signed up as an association, and now they are actually marketing Impact Health Sharing and making it available to somewhere around 10,000 real estate agents in San Diego. How many of you would like to introduce somebody who has that connection? And I know we've got a lot of connectors on the call here today. And guys, there's a really great opportunity that we can share this with others, and most importantly, help a lot of people. So God bless everybody. We're going to open up some breakout rooms. Thanks for being on our call here today. Hope we provided value to your day, and we'll see you in the breakout rooms.